Yo, what is up, guys? Your boy Win Games here, and today I bring you guys the deck that I've been playing, the deck that everyone has been mad at me for playing. It is pure Lyrilusc. Yep. And when I say pure, it's pure. It is not Tri Brigade, not Harpies. No, this is pure Lyrilusc. I call this my creation Angry Birds because of different colors and they look like Angry Birds. But anyways, I've been topping consistently at locals with this deck. I love it. It's super fun. Just OTKing your opponent is just so much fun to have to do. And I've just been like winning with this deck very well. I've played through back row. I've played through monster negates. I can go first. I can go second. And it's just very consistent. And this is not even the full power deck yet because we do have more support in Brothers of Legend as a new set. This is my build post Burst of Destiny. This is when I started playing it. The only thing I've lost to is the mirror with Tri Brigade. However, I do believe that this deck can play through Barrier Statue. It can play through Frown of Breeze. You can play through Phoenix Enforcer. This deck can just pretty much do it all. And let's just get straight into it, you know? I've been playing a good amount of rounds. And I'll just show you guys what it works. So, for starters, we're playing 3 Warbler. This one lets you express one from your hand, and for another one from your hand or from your graveyard if you control no monsters. This card is super good against the Grand Game and is honestly one of your best starters. And then you always want to make sure that you can get this from your hand as quick as possible. And then we're playing 3 of Sparrow. Sparrow is honestly the MVP of this deck because regardless of what your circumstances are, if you're playing against with like nothing in your graveyard, you can Monster Reborn this and get another name, normal summon the name, and then you go full combo again. This card is insane, and the targeting protection is also insane, which is amazing. Then we're playing 3 Canary. This card honestly is what pretty much saves your hands from being bricks. Just any 2 names is full combo, regardless of what names they are. But Canary just gives an extra 200, and then just call the Haunter and bring one back. It's instantly one of the best combos that you can do, going first or going second. And then this is always good at baiting out Nibiru. And then we're playing 3 Swallow, again, one of the MVPs of the deck, allowing you to attach more materials to your Xyz monsters. It just makes it so much easier for you to gain more materials and just keep on OTKing your opponent and just special summon any other wing beast from your hand as well. And then I'm playing 2 Wagtail. The reason this is that I found 3 very bricky. Wagtail allows you to when it's special summoned, search a spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And then with the inclusion of Bird Strike that's coming out in the Legend, getting a pretty much inherit Dark Ruler no more is honestly one of the best cards you can do going second. And when you can use the graveyard effect to attach it to an Xyz monster and then just detach it again. Is also amazing. Just get free fodder, that way you don't have to get rid of your Sparrow or your Canary to give up any advantage. And then I'm playing the 1 Slower Swallow. Again, hence the name Slower. I just find this card very slow. I want to play more of this, but I honestly can't. I feel like I have too much draw power in this deck so far for me to use this effect to special summon itself. And then tribute it to draw 2 cards. I mainly just use this in an extender, or if I don't want to risk using one of my other names, I just normal summon this and just keep going off. And then for hand traps, I'm playing 2 Droll, 2 Ash, and the 1 DD Crow. And now here's my logic why. The reason for Droll at 2 is that if I'm going to stop any searches, I want to stop all of them. And pretty much make you pass turns so I can kill you. Ash is Ash, and I don't want to play too many hand traps because you want to draw as much extenders as possible. That's how you get to play through back row. DD Crow is just amazing as well. You get to search it, and typically if you have Canary in your hand already, you just search another hand trap. It's more interruption and follow up. So yeah, I'd rather just play through all these I just have these hand traps. I wasn't playing Ash when I got 2nd place, but I found out that when I started getting 3rds, that Ash is one of those key cards that I can just rely on. And then just normal summoning a level 1 just to keep going, just plays better. I was playing Veiler in those times where I had to normal summon my own Veiler to continue popping off. But Ash Blossoms is one of those cards that you gotta have Hand Trapper at the right time. But that's it for the monsters. For the spells, let's put it at that. The God card. The reason why we play this deck: 3 Bird Call. Add a Lyrilusc monster, and then you can either send it to your hand or send it to the grave. You typically just end up adding it to your hand, and then you can just press on one from your hand. You can, so typically you can just add a Warbler, and then just keep popping off. And then this card is just insane. Always draw it when I need it, and always have a follow-up whenever I want. And then if we're playing Triple Tactics Talent, we're playing a 3 of. Typically, honestly, I'd rather have you bait me with hand traps. And if I do get hand trapped, like let's say a Ash Blossom, I get to look at your hand and then shuffle something back. I won't draw because sometimes I'd rather just look at your hand. The information is much more valuable to me than drawing. And I have so many ways to start drawing with this deck, and with the inclusion of that new spell that if we have 2 Winged Beast monsters on the field, you can pay 600 life points and draw 2 cards. That's even more draw power. And I'd rather just look at your hand, snipe the Nibiru, and then know I have full combo regardless of what you have. And then sometimes just hitting all the 1-card starters that the meta is going around right now, like against Sword Soul, From the Breeze, and PKs, like with Tour Guide and all that stuff. Just having the hand formation just makes it so much easier to kill your opponent on the crackback. Up next, we're playing 2 Forbidden Droplets. If you cannot play this, I was playing Forbidden Chalice beforehand. Otherwise, it's just one of those cards that's just amazing. If not, you can also bump up for hand traps. And Forbidden Droplets is just good at just sending monsters that you know have pretty good. Like let's say you summon a Wagtail, they try to Veiler that. Knowing they have no follow-up, you can Droplets, send it away, and then attach it to a Xyz monster. That's just for an example, but I just like having a way to out Dragoon as well. And then we're playing 2 War Arfthal. I like War Arfthal. It's pretty much a Rhoda. You're always gonna control a level 1. And the bearing damage doesn't matter. You're going to kill your opponent before you take any damage anyways. So just don't worry about the burn effect, because you're going to end up either normal summoning it or special summoning from the effects and then gain more pluses. Next off, we're playing 2 Desires. I was playing 3. I cut it down. I ended up playing Desires into Desires, and I feel like that was not necessary based on my card choices. So I just consistently rather have Desires in my hand, just extra draw power. And I was considering playing 2 Desires and 2 of the new draw spell just for more consistency and making it more of a go first build. And I'll be playing the 1 Instant Fusion, the 1 Monster Reborn, and the 1 1-for-1. I was typically not playing 1-for-1 when I played going second place, just because I kept on negging me a card. But 1-for-1 is one of those cards that it's always good as long as you have a monster in your hand. And this allowed me to play through Shen Shen. Monster Reborn, there was a simplified game step against Virtual World where a simple Monster Reborn got me to full combo into 6 Material Zeus. And yeah, pretty much you can think of what happened there. And Instant Fusion just good for an extra extender. 1 Callbar Grave, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, and 1 Bird of Sanctuary. I might think of bumping this up to 2 just because I kept on banishing it off my Desires. However, the effect to attach 2 Xyz material onto each other is just so amazing. You make Nightingale with almost 7 to 8 materials, and you just draw a card. And on top of that, what more do you want? And it's a continuous, so you get to keep on drawing and drawing. Is Zeus also, it has more materials, you get to draw and draw. Harpy's Feather Duster, we cannot play through back row as easily as other decks, so just having a way to get through it just makes it so much easier. And Callbar Grave is just good at baiting out some hand traps, and if you do need the hand trap, then you get to go for it. And I could just work an interruption going into game 2. That's it for the spells. And then for the traps, I'm playing 3 Imperm. This can also be Chalice. I think Chalice is good right now. But, I mean, Imperm is just good for going first and second. So, I think that's why I think that's the case. And then, but this could also just work in Chalice and it budget builds. And then playing the one Red Reboot. Red Reboot has come in handy so many times. Allowing me to stop my opponent's back row, just kill him on the crackback, summon a Zeus, and wipe the board. Pretty much giving them like no chance for them to respond. And for them to realistically win in that point, because I'll have like a 6 material Zeus. And that's pretty much accepted game state of I'm pretty much going to scoop. So yeah, 42 card main deck. Just let me know, guys, what do you think in the comments. So far, for the extra deck, we're playing 3 Misardo Starling. This is the Searcher of the deck. Play no damage. And just detach material, search at Winged Beast. Again, it's a must 3 of. This is one of your best enablers to keep on going into F0. We're playing 2 Nightingale. People are playing 3. I think 2 is okay. You're going to end up killing them on the 6 material Zeus. So the Nightingale is just more of a grind game. And then the effect of to protect yourself is more of a lingering effect. So even if they chalice you and you chain this, because during your player's turn, it is just even better. So, and then attacking directly, and then just makes it so much easier to OTK. We're playing the 1 Turish for back row. We're playing 2 Robin. I was thinking of cutting that as the 1, but there's some instances where the second one does come up. Robin not being a once per turn bounce. When your opponent spread summons a monster, destroy material. Target one of the spread summon returns to the hand. And if it leaves the graveyard by opponent's card, you get to target a Lyrilusc monster in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. So it just makes it so much easier to recycle stuff. And then Turish is good, you attach a material. And then you get to shuffle back a back row, so you don't have to worry about it in the graveyard. It's good for shuffling back Schisms and any other problematic back row. And then once per turn, you can attach any number of materials, target another Lyrilusc monster, and then against 300 attack for every detached material. So you can just make Nightingale like 2100 and then just keep on attacking for game. That's it for Lyrilusc Exceeds. We're playing the 1 Nightingale because if it's an instant fusion, unaffected by the card effects. So there's so many times where they want to Valor the burn effect just in case they want to go into time. But no, they got to take it like a champ. And then every time you bring it back, it burns for 5. So it's not it's a once per copy. You get to do this multiple times in a turn. And that's it for the Lyrilusc monsters. We're playing 1 Downerd. Again, Downerd was one of those cards that I did not play up in the beginning, but Downerd has come up so many times. And I just love Downerd now. It just makes to make a 5 material Nightingale into a 6 material Zeus, which is just really good. And then we're playing the 2 Zeus. You need to play, people play 3. I think 2 is just fine. You get to Zeus on top of Zeus, and then Zeus wipe the board, and then Zeus is just pretty much a god card at this point against any back row deck, which is pretty insane. And then I'm playing the 1 Utopic Future and the 1 Utopic Future Draco as well. Monster negate cannot be destroyed by battle by card effect. And then you get to mandatory take it, and it's a negate. So it just makes it so much easier. And then if they control something like a Mechaba, you pretty much have another negate as well. And then we're playing the 1 Almirage. People are thinking of why I should play Link Karibo. But I think Almirage is good. I was playing Anima. Anima did come up a bit, but not really. I thought Almirage was just better to save my other monsters. So I think Almirage was the best scenario. And that's it for the extra deck. Let me know what you guys think. And then out for the side deck, this is just based on my locals and what I decided to play. And I'm playing 2 Artifact Lancia. Lancia's come up really good against PKs, against Virtual World, against Invoked. Just a very good card all around. Honestly, the MVP of my side deck would be Lava Golem. I love this card to death. Just allowing you to clear 2 threats, and you don't even normal summon or set. So I think this card is just insane, allowing you to tribute summon 2 of your monsters. You can summon this and attack, keep buffing it with the Recital Starlings, make it 4200. Summon a Nightingale. You don't even have to attack directly. You can just crash your Recital Starlings into Lava Golem, and that's enough for game. We're playing for back row 2 Lightning Storm. This could be Twin Twisters. I was playing Twin Twisters, but I found Lightning Storm just being much better. More of a mass clearing. Lightning Storm's always a good card for front row as well. We're playing 3 evenly matched. Again, this was one of these cards that most of the time you don't want to see, but when you do, you want to see. You make sure you have an open field. And for finally, we'll have 3-dimensional barrier. Again, guys, if you're not playing this card, you should, just because you get to stop your opponent from ritual summoning, seek summoning, fusion summoning, synchro summoning, or pendulum summoning for that one pendulum player at your locals. But dimensional barrier is just an amazing card. Going to first and then going second is just good at negating stuff as well. And finally, it's Harpy's Feather Storm for me, which just pretty much OTKs your opponent in itself. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. See you guys in the next one.